What is up, guys? It's your boy, No Risk, No Premium, back with another episode of the 2 Minute Drill, guys. Today we saw some rangy trading action, but it's still a day of green and higher. We are making higher highs and lower lows, as we can see booming off of this bottom here. Now a second day above the 200 MA, which is this teal dotted line. One thing I do want to note, and I think it's important, I likely think it's because we're going into a major event tomorrow. What's the event? In case you missed it, you don't watch this show at all or watch this channel at all, we've been talking about it all week. Fed interest rate decision. Big Daddy P. Jerome Powell, federal chair, comes out tomorrow to discuss if they are going to do a rate hike or not. It's going to go three ways of what's going to happen. Pause, 0.25, 0.5. And I could give a fuck which one it is. I could care less. I will just trade the level. So I will tell you exactly what will likely happen, though. If we pause, the whole market rips. Why? Every single stock loves no rate hike. That's seen as bullish. If it's 0.25, likely end about even. If we go 0.5, we likely sell off. There you have it. Okay, and I don't really care for the clout, to be honest. I'm just telling you guys, look, there you go. There's what to expect. But really just this. If we hold above 394, like pretty much if we hold 395 tomorrow, 394.95, like maybe we fill this gap down. If we hold that on the news and we don't go below it, I don't care what. They could say we're raising a goddamn 1,000,000%. If we don't go behind that level, below that level on the news, just get long. See, it doesn't matter what the actual data comes out. It just matters how the market reacts. So everyone's, well, what if they just pump it? If it's bad news and they pump it and then they sell it off tomorrow? Well, then you take calls today, you buy puts tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? Okay? Who gives a fuck? Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Okay? When you choose to make money, you can never be wrong. All right? There's some logic for you. Anyway, let's go on to today's chart. What happened today? And then we'll go into what to expect for tomorrow. Because honestly, it's a crapshoot tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? It's all about how we react. We can see here what? A second day of continuation of breakout out of what? The range. Draw the fucking box. There you go. There's the range. Huge balance zone. We had a peak below, get back in, a look below, come back down. And now we have a day two of continuation. Okay. So we had a huge green day here, close outside of the range. Okay. Then we made a new high over the weekly high. This is definitely bullish. However, tomorrow could change all of that. Could send it right back down to 382 tomorrow. Okay. But what happens? Well, I could tell you this. We could see in the morning session here, right? Let's just zoom in just a tad. And I'm going to get rid of this area. We could see how important, right, this little bit of supply was in the pre-market hit it, but we had a nice lift up, okay, into a level that's not really marked that great. But nonetheless, you could have seen that we had some exhaustion coming and we had a rip. But look, what happened? A morning move and then more chop. Morning move, 1, 2, 3 candles all right next to each other before we had the end of day ripper. Okay. So what does that mean for tomorrow? What are the levels? What are you looking at? This is what I'm looking at. Okay. This is what I'm looking at. If before the meeting in the morning, let's say we gap up and we go right into above 400. Let's say we go to 401, 402. You will take the reject. The likelihood that we just fucking sprint up into the data print is very low. The highest probability would be to take the reject at 401, 402. I would likely be waiting there for a short. This is the plan in the morning. Okay, now you're going to look for 396.50. You call it 395.50 to 396 to hold. Why? That was the recent high over here. We back tested it today and pretty much held. Okay, that's great. However, if we get below it, we're going to fill the gap down to 394. Okay, at that point, at 394, I would likely think we get a bounce in there. Okay, I would like to think at 394 we get a bounce. What else is that 394? It is what? You draw the box. It is that balance area, right? We can see it in there. Whoa. There you go. So why not take calls off the back test of it? We never really truly back tested it. So for me tomorrow, this is just the opening range, or this is just the open. Okay. This is just the open. I'm looking at, if we get up above this 399, 400, let's say we gap up again, it's very possible. You look at 401 to 402 for a reject, you can see we had a major reject back here. Okay, this is on the 1 hour time frame. Had a major reject where we sold off. Okay, likely some supply left over there. Okay, and people don't want to get in. So you'll look at the reject. Now, if let's say we open up, let's say we open up back at 396, you're going to want 395 to hold. If it doesn't hold, you're going to look to have 394 as your target. You can get short and take the bounce there. Okay, but I would think the range could likely be for tomorrow because it will range. We'll have a directional move in the morning. Maybe two. We might get a rip up and then a push down. I don't know. But then we will establish a range for about 2.5 hours. Okay, 2.5 hours before the data releases at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then Big Daddy P comes out 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would think if you were going to wait all day to trade, you would want to wait until 3 p.m. Eastern. Why? It's likely Jerome Powell is almost done with the question and answers, and the trend is very clearly defined at that point. Other than that, expect movement like today, trappy moves, things that are going to try to get you caught off sides, okay? Or just take the whole fucking day off. Just take the whole day off, okay? If this is your first FOMC, meaning you haven't really paid attention to macro news, you don't know when Fed speakers are coming out, you don't know when these meetings are happening, that's fine. Welcome, you're now educated. But if this is your first one, I would just tell you this. Don't fucking trade it. Watch. You know why? The market opens at the same fucking time every day, has the same setups every day. You have the opportunity to make money every single day. Since you were born, okay, there might be like a handful of times the market hasn't opened on a business day. Okay. But other than that, it's probably going to open at the same time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So you don't need to go do anything crazy. Tomorrow is not the day to oversize. It's not the day to overstay your welcome. It's not the day to overtrade. Tomorrow, you will fuck around and find out if you do any of those things. Don't do them. Tomorrow, you want to risk down. Trade less, make more. Okay. Have your levels. Here's the levels for tomorrow. Okay. Here's the levels for tomorrow. You're going to look at 395.50 to 396. 395.50 to 396. You want that area to hold possibly at the bottom of the range. If it doesn't, 394 is your level underneath. All the way down, you can look at 393.52. You can see these are ranges. These are not to the tick levels. Okay. Because the market isn't that easy. I wish it was that easy. I wish I could give it to the cent. You could just buy or sell at the cent and then you're done. If it was, we'd all be retired on an island somewhere. I don't fucking know. So this is what I'll tell you. If we gap up, you're going to want to look for the reject at 401 to 402. We can see major supply level there. Okay, if we're going to backtest some support, 395.50 to 396 would be a good place to start looking, okay, for a possible bounce. If not, you're going to want to see 393.50 to 394. We're going to get a directional move in the morning and then a base, okay? Then a base. We all know what a base looks like, right? It looks something like this. All of these candles, this is basing. This is basing. This is balance. This is whatever you want to call it. Look at one, red, green, red, green, red, 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 green, green, red, red. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look good. It's not great. It's not easy to trade. There's long wicks down to make you think we're going to go like we're going to get short. There's long wicks up, make you think you can get long. No, it's just trapping everybody in here. This is something that will likely happen tomorrow. Okay. And likely what happens after the data release. Okay, there's initial pop, get people to fake in and get in long. Okay, they'll drop it more than likely to a support. From there, if we don't break under that support while Powell is talking, it's more than likely we end the day higher. Okay, that's been the playbook. Does that happen tomorrow? I don't know. Tomorrow is in my opinion now, after all of the banking news, and yes, this is not the 2-minute drill, this is the 8-minute drill now. You're welcome. But look, in my opinion, on all the FOMC events that we've had since all the rate hikes have started going on, this is definitely going to rank at one of the most important ones. And why? This is the first time something can break, meaning the banking system. The banks are freaking out. The discount window got fucking flooded last week. Highest since 2008 crisis, highest since the COVID 2020 crash. Why? Banks are freaking out. They need liquidity. They are way under reserved. They need reserves. Are they freaking out? That's a sign of freaking out to me. Does that have any hand into what the Fed is going to do tomorrow? Likely, because they could just stay hawkish and say, we are so committed to inflation that you banks are so fucking stupid that we don't care if you guys collapse. Does it happen? I don't know. This is the only thing I'll know. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get my levels right, and I'm not going to do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early. Peace.